Hey everybody, welcome back to another video right here on Night Owl Video. Today I'm talking about some recent thrifting pickups and also what I watched this past week, so I hope you'll stick around and enjoy this video. I thank you everybody who liked and thumbs up and commented on the last sort of new series, I guess. I don't know if it's officially going to be a series of it. See if it takes off, I guess. But basically, what I'm doing now, if you didn't see my last video, I'm basically doing like a recap of what I watched the previous week, plus any thrifting haul items. So I'm hoping as the weeks and months progress, the videos will be a little shorter. I know last week was pretty long, but that encapsulated quite a few movies that I watched for the last 3 or 4 weeks before I had recorded the video, so I had a lot of stuff to talk about. I got a new shelf, so it's not completed yet. I'm just in the process of putting some movies on. A lot of my movies are still at my old house, so I need to go and get those. And I think this whole shelf is going to be like just my horror movies. It's a 5 shelf shelf, so there's lots of room. The top row is all my horror Blu-rays. Then I've started on my DVDs here. I stuck a few VHS just to kind of fill it in for now. I got my Halloween light on over there. And oh, I did this arts and crafts last year for Halloween. It's one of those little, it's like a velvet coloring thing, and it's got a little stand. So yeah, I was pretty proud of that. So thought I'd include it. I wonder if I can put it up here so you can enjoy it throughout the video. I'm just kidding. So yeah, I'm slowly getting things situated after moving into my new place. So anyway, all that said, feeling great, excited for the Halloween season. I hope you guys are too. And hopefully I'll have some cool content leading up to Halloween and beyond, of course. So I'll start off with my what I watched this past week. Some of these, yeah, in fact, several of these are ones that also are sort of part of my thrifting haul. So I bought them this last week and I also watched them. So one that I bought quite a while ago, which I watched and I didn't talk about, was the Mad Max saga, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. I recently picked up this 4K. I think this was in one of my other thrifting haul videos. I don't normally buy a lot of new Blu-rays or 4Ks, but I really, really wanted to see this. And my movie theater where I live, unfortunately, the movie came and went before I had a chance to see it, which was ridiculous. Which I'm also really scared about Beetlejuice because it's been playing for, what, a week now? And I know I live in a very small place, so I know movies don't stick around for a long time, so I'm really anxious to go see that. But yeah, I missed this in the theater, unfortunately. I was really bummed about that, but happy to see it on 4K on my big screen TV. My thoughts on this movie, I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people did not really like this one compared to Fury Road, the movie that came out, probably almost 10 years ago now. This is supposed to be like a prequel to that. I really liked it. I thought it was original. It had some different things in it that weren't in the other movies. I thought the action and the scenery, the cinematography looked amazing. Chris Hemsworth, of course, a lot of people praise him in this film. I thought he was really cool. I actually really like Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah, I didn't have any qualms with this movie. It's a bit more sleepy than Fury Road, obviously. It's the prequel. It's the telling of the Anya Taylor-Joy character, which is slipping my mind right now. But it had like the weird breathing apparatus guy from Fury Road. For me, it hit all the beats. And the one thing I loved about Fury Road was, of course, the action and the characters and everything, but I really liked seeing the scenery in the movie, and I'm sure there's more technical jargon for that, the background, the setting, but I really loved that desert and the colors and everything, and I thought that George Miller caught it again in this one. No qualms here. Yeah, it says on the back, Fury is Born. Special features on here are Highway to Valhalla, In Pursuit of Furiosa, Furiosa Stowaway to Nowhere, Metal Beasts and Holy Motors, Darkest Angel, Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa, Motorbike Messiah, Chris Hemsworth as Dementis. Yeah, and if the vehicles are in there, cool, because the vehicles are a little more like proto Fury Road, so they've got a bit of like an earlier look to them, which is really cool. So yeah, thumbs up on this. If you liked Fury Road and you want more of the backstory on Furiosa, this is obviously the one, and I think it succeeds. The other one I watched this week was Sinister. Yeah, Sinister. I was like, did I watch Insidious or Sinister? No, it was Sinister with that guy in it there, Ethan Hawke. I did this was in my last thrifting haul video last week, and as I said in that one, I had seen Sinister years ago, didn't really care for it. I've heard a lot of people over the last few years really talk about how great this was, so I decided to give it another go. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those ones that's just not for me. It was okay. A lot of people were saying like the home movies that Ethan Hawke watches were really scary. Now, I watched this all by myself in the country in total darkness. There's no streetlights out here. My apartment was totally dark. I wasn't scared. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. I mean, some of the deaths that happen in these home movies, if you've ever seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. Some of it was like kind of creepy, but I didn't think it was like terrifying or anything. I would say I like The Conjuring way more as far as like movies, 10 years plus ago. I thought it was way more scary. Ethan Hawke was great in it, though. I really did like his acting. I would praise him for that. The music, I remember when I watched it, I thought was really, really cool. It's real like sparse and electronic-y sounding. So yeah, Sinister, okay. I'm probably not going to keep this. I definitely was not a fan of Insidious, so I'll probably just pass that on to another horror fan. Another one that I watched that I'm also not going to be keeping in my collection is Midnight Movie. I got this in a thrifting haul back in July, I think. I had never seen it, but again, it was one that a lot of people said was pretty good for like an independent horror. And I would agree with them. It was pretty good for an independent horror movie. It was a cool premise, like a killer who comes back through a movie that people are watching like decades after it came out and terrorizing them in the movie theater. I should have made notes about it. I noticed there was a lot in it that reminded me of other movies, and I kept sort of thinking like, oh, it's like a dollar store demons or something. It's not. I mean, it doesn't have demons in it per se, but it kind of felt it was low budget, and it felt low budget. So a lot of people are into those things. As you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, I'm not really a big fan of low budget, but I had heard some good things about this, so I thought I'd give it a try. It says the new face of horror on it. Obviously, that didn't catch on. But yeah, I would recommend it to people who maybe they have to see all of the 2000s horror movies, no matter how good or bad they were. Or if you like movies that are set in movie theaters like that. I think they were trying to maybe make the killer in the movie the next like horror icon. Obviously, like Terrifier with Art the Clown succeeded in that, and I think maybe these people were trying to do that too. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it's definitely a one and done for me. It did win Best Feature Film and Best Cinematography 2008 at the Chicago Horror Film Festival. It has a runtime of 82 minutes, so it didn't overstay its welcome. It's rated R. It has some pretty good gore in it, some interesting kills, but just not for me. The next one up I got, well, gosh, I may not be keeping this one either. I did, after last week, I watched the original Village of the Damned and Children of the Damned. I decided to give John Carpenter's remake of Village of the Damned a shot. I've never seen it before. I think it's from 95, 96, somewhere in there. I think for me, I'm not a fan of the story, so I'm not a fan of the movies. I think that's what it is. I think this one could have been way scarier if it had been done differently. I don't know, like make the kids more creepy or something. I just didn't find them all that scary in this. They were just like, mid 90s kids, but they had white hair. They didn't really terrify me or anything. I would say the original Village of the Damned was probably a little creepier than this one. I just didn't see much. It was almost like, the Psycho remake in the 90s with what Gus Van Sant did. Like, you watch it and you go, I mean, I've seen Psycho already. I really don't need to see it with Vince Vaughn in it. This was kind of like, I've seen Village of the Damned. I don't need to see Village of the Damned with Christopher Reeve in it. But, I mean, I love Christopher Reeve, don't get me wrong, and rest in peace, obviously. But this just didn't do it for me. I don't think this is I don't really ever hear anybody talking about this movie. So I don't even know if it's like super well revered or whatever. But I would say if you really want to get a fix of like the creepy kids, go to the original Village of the Damned from the 60s. That one's probably going to be a one and done for me. And the other one, I guess, yeah, I rewatched this one just recently. Trick or Treat, the mid 2000s Trick or Treat, with the little baby pumpkin kid thing in it, Sam, and Anno Paquin's in here. This is directed by Michael Dougherty. It also has Dylan Baker, Rochelle Atties, Brian Cox is in here. He's really good in this. If you haven't seen this, it's a good Halloween movie. I've seen this now 2 or 3 times. It's definitely not my favorite kind of like Halloween spooky movie, horror anthology movie. It's serviceable. It's okay. You got to watch what you say with these horror fans because, some people get all bent out of shape. They're like, this is the greatest horror anthology ever. I thought it was okay. Like I said, Brian Cox was really good in it. I thought the Sam creature is cool. I will say on here, actually, what I probably enjoyed better. Now, Anna Paquin turns into a monster. I won't ruin it for you if you haven't seen it, but that scene was pretty cool. Like, and the practical effects are really good, but it's just average to me. But what I will say that I really enjoyed on here, almost better than the movie, was a little 25 minute long documentary called How Did Many of Our Scary Season Traditions Start? Find out the fun and fact-filled Trick or Treat, the lore and legend of Halloween. And there was also Trick or Treat Season's Greetings, which was a short animated film that Michael Dougherty did back in, I think, 96, which is a animated cartoon, it's 3 or 4 minutes long, with Sam, the pumpkin kid, in it. And it's really charming, actually. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but if you can find it, I recommend watching it, especially if you like cutesy, like Halloween stuff. I thought it was really, really cute. But the documentary was talking about like how some of these Halloween traditions started and stuff. And I actually thought that was really cool. I actually enjoyed it better than the movie. But if you're looking for something spooky to watch this Halloween and you've never seen this, give it a shot. It's a pretty cool little movie. It's a little anthology. And one of the things I did like is how they kind of, Michael Dougherty wove the different stories together to make it flow. I thought that was kind of cool. I wouldn't say it was like a Quentin Tarantino, like time lapse flashback kind of confusion, but the stories did overlap in a cool and clever way. So if you like those kinds of things, if you like horror anthologies, this is cool. I do enjoy this movie. So I'm trying to think how I should do this, because like I said, some of the movies I watched were, I guess what I'll do is I'll say like, these are other movies I watched, and I'll tell you if they were also in my thrifting haul. So this is kind of like the thrifting haul / also things I watched. So the first one up is Scared Shrekless, which is a 3-part mini-story Shrek Halloween movie. I have watched this religiously every Halloween for the last however many years it came out, and I think it's really good. It makes me laugh. It puts me in the Halloween mood, and it's funny. It's really funny. It's got all the usual suspects, you know, the donkey and Puss in Boots and the gingerbread man or whatever his name is. So there's 3 stories. It's also like a Halloween anthology. So there's one that's like, oh, Gingy, that's his name. So Gingy wants a girlfriend, so he goes to the baker to make him a new girlfriend. Things backfire. I won't tell you what happens, but then there's one called Boots Motel, which is Donkey and Puss in Boots talking about, it's got kind of a Bates Motel psycho thing going on. There is a really funny part in it where Donkey screams in the shower when, just like in the scene in Psycho, he lets out like a girl scream, and I did like a spit take with my coffee. It's really funny. I love that part. There's also a spoof on Michael Jackson's Thriller, which has like all the dancing from the Thriller video, and it's really clever. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah, it's a cool movie. The reason I bought this is because I think I've watched it on streaming on Netflix for the last 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know however long this has been out, but it's not on Netflix this year. So I was really bummed out to find out that I couldn't stream it anywhere. So when I saw the DVD, I was very excited. So this is one of my thrifting pickups, and it's also one that I watched. Let's see. Another one that I thrifted and also watched for the first time was The Witches. Some of you, this is probably a special movie to some of you because it's came out in like 1990, I think. 89, I think. I'm just peeling off the price tag. Oh, did you want some ASMR? Yeah, so this is a first time watch for me. I feel like I've heard about this movie for years and just never got around to it, which is weird because when I looked at the cover this time, it said, "From the imagination of Jim Henson and director Nicholas Roeg." I can't remember what Nicholas Roeg did. I can't remember what other movies he did, but it's also the executive producer was Jim Henson, and the imagination of Willy Wonka creator Roald Dahl, who wrote the story of The Witches. So I don't know. I guess I just never maybe read the credits to see who made it and stuff like that. But I generally like Roald Dahl stories. I love Jim Henson. I love Jim Henson so much. And Nicholas Roeg, yeah, I can't remember. This also has Angelica Houston in it, and she's fantabulous in this movie. I really like her in this movie. This has all the hallmarks of a Jim Henson. It's got the puppets, the practical effects. The puppetry's great. There's some little mice in it. I won't tell you. I don't want to spoil it if you've never seen it. Although this has been out for a long time, but yeah, I just love this movie so much. I'm so glad I finally got around to watching this because this will definitely be one I'll rewatch probably at Halloween. There's some of the mice ladies there. There's Angelica Houston looking very vampy. There's these little mice that are so cute in it. They talk, and it's actually like really well done. Like if you grew up like I did in the 70s and into the 80s, I was born in 1970, so like the Muppet Show and all that stuff was still really holds a special place in my heart. And if you love that puppetry and things like that, Dark Crystal and the Muppets and Labyrinth and like all those creatures and things like that, you'll probably love this movie. And Roald Dahl writes great like spooky stories for kids. The next one up I thrifted and also watched, and that was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. In French, it's Histoire effrayante à raconter dans le noir, in the black. Yeah, I saw this in the movie theater with my son. We were looking at the movie listings that summer that this came out, which I think was like 2019 maybe. And my son said, "Oh, let's go see that." And, that's cool. I didn't know anything about it, honestly. But the movie poster looked cool, and I was like, all right, Scary Stories. I remember it was a real hot, I think it was in August maybe. was like nice to go into the air-conditioned theater, get some treats, and watch a cool, spooky movie, but not like a horrifying movie. This is, I believe, based on stories for young people. I'm going to sound really old right now. The stories for the young people. But this was really fun. I really like this movie. I'm trying to see if I could find This also was Guillermo del Toro was also involved in this. And director Andre Overdahl. So yeah, this is based on the iconic book series, comes Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This is set in the 60s. It's also kind of an anthology movie. It's cool. I love it. I love this. You can put in the comments what this guy's name was. I forget now, but he was really spooky. It's definitely got those cool, like, 60s vibes to it, which, kind of still dear to me, but even though I grew up in the 70s, but I love anything kind of set in that time frame. And the kids were great in it. The special effects were great. Bonus features on here: classic transformed creature vignettes, cast and crew interviews, makeup time lapse. I don't know if I really watched a lot of the special features, but I saw this in the theater. I thought it was great. Rewatched it on DVD, thought it was great, so highly recommend that. So that's another one of my thrifting haul movies that I also watched. Let's see, what else have we got here? So the other ones in my thrifting haul that I did not watch, I did break down and buy the Beetlejuice 4K. I have a sort of a sad story though. I went to Walmart, I think it was last Wednesday, it was the day before my payday. I went to Walmart. Believe it or not, they had a horror movie standee with all kinds of horror movies on it, which I thought those days were probably gone for me because, again, I live in a small town. Our physical media in Walmart is like one rack, and I thought there's no way we're going to get like these spooky, how they do it every Halloween, they put out like their scary movies. I go in, I'm pleasantly surprised by this huge standee. There's all kinds of cool movies in 4K, and this one, as you can see, was $14.98, which I thought was a pretty good deal for a 4K. They had Lost Boys, they had Goonies, they had Gremlins, and they also had Killer Clowns from Outer Space, that new edition that came out. I think it's 4K, if not Blu-ray. I think it's 4K though, and there was like 2 or 3 copies of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait till tomorrow. It's payday. I was, kind of running a bit on fumes. So I was like, I don't want to overdo it because it was like $31 or something. So I thought I'll just let it go and I'll pick it up on payday. Go back on payday. All 3 copies were gone. I was really, really disgusted. I was so mad. So I bought this was my consolation prize. I did watch Beetlejuice a couple weeks ago in anticipation of the new one. And I think I mentioned in that video, I just have the DVD of it in that multi-pack. So I was hoping maybe to upgrade that. They did have the Blu-ray, which was like $7.98, but I figured, what the heck? I've got a 4K player now and a 4K TV. I'll get a 4K of it. The only downside now, which I agree with, Retro Rest Stop is another channel I watch, and I know the person that does that channel talks a lot about like how he doesn't like buying just the 4K. He likes the 4K Blu-ray combo packs because if your 4K player goes on the fritz, and who knows how long 4K is going to be around, at least you've got the Blu-ray backup. So I did kind of take a gamble on this, but I'll probably be keeping the DVD set I have that this is in as well, just because it has a couple movies in it that I don't have any other format. So I guess I'll have that backup version. So the Killer Clowns from Outer Space that I have is this one, and I absolutely loathe the artwork on this. I think this is the worst. This is the worst physical media cover art I think I've ever seen. I hate the font. The image is very so-so. This should be like eye-popping color, vibrant, not this like, I don't know, what it almost looks like Western kind of a font or something. So I was really, really mad that I didn't get that the new, I think it's like the 35th anniversary 4K or something. I just didn't think there were that many horror fans around here. Like, I find stuff all the time and I think, oh, there can't be that many horror fans around. So I just figured, oh, there'll be at least, there's 3, there's probably going to be at least 1 or maybe 2 copies left the next day. But oh no, they were all gone. So the rest of it was all the generic kind of stuff. Child's Play 2 on DVD and Scooby-Doo and like Evil Dead 2. It had all those kind of like common ones. But as I've mentioned in previous years, if you're looking to start your own physical media horror movie collection, this is a great time to get some cheapy DVDs at Walmart, because they do put out like those kind of more common ones, and they're usually like $4.98. So if you want to grab some of those, or if you're just in the mood to like say, oh, I haven't seen Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 in like 15 years or 20 years or since I was a kid and I want to see it, you can grab a DVD for cheap. And so anyway, I was almost so mad that I almost came home and just ordered it off Amazon. Then I thought, you know what? I've got this Blu-ray, which looks fine. The Blu-ray actually looks fine. So I'll just hold on to this for now until I find the 4K at a good price somewhere else down the road. And the last thing I got, I see my videos running long again. Sorry, guys. I hope you're sticking in. The last one I got in my thrifting haul, which I own 2 out of the 4 movies, but it's called the Cult Thriller Collection. I have Dead Calm and I have Altered States. I don't know anything about Just Cause, but this is the one that sparked my interest. The Ninth Configuration, William Peter Blatty's movie. I've never seen this. I did look it up while I was in the thrift store just to see what it was about, because I've never seen it, don't know anything about it. And it sounded kind of cool. And apparently it's like bonkers. It's a crazy movie. So, but again, it's one of those flipper disc ones. But Dead Calm and Altered States, I like those movies quite well. In fact, I quite love Dead Calm. I did rewatch that a while ago. But I'll probably get rid of my DVDs of these ones, the individual ones, and just keep this 4-pack if the discs are, playable. But I'm really curious to check this one out. So probably this coming week, I'll check it out. Anyway, guys, that's it for what did I watch this past week and what did I find at the thrift store. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry it ran so late. Maybe I'll have to do like what I watched as a separate video from a thrifting haul or something like that. You guys can let me know in the comments if 28 minutes is too long or not, but I do love making these videos. I'm really glad to be back on the job here. So stick around for more content coming. And like I said, get out there and do some thrifting. I know definitely at Walmarts in the States, you can find like way more cool stuff than we have here in Eastern Canada. But like I said, it was really exciting just to see that they had Halloween movies out. And I'm hoping maybe to find some more in the coming weeks and into October. So that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave comments below if any of those movies are some of your favorites. Let me know what you picked up recently at the thrift store or at a department store, or movies you saw in the theater. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember any of the movies I watched streaming. I don't think I saw anything exceptional, so I'll leave it at that. But that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for all the support, the subscriptions, and the likes, and the comments. Until next time, I will see you at the video store, or at the thrift store, or just out and about somewhere. But until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.